All right, hi guys, this is Miss Jones. I just wanted to say that I can't wait to meet you all, and I know you guys are dying to see me as well. I read through your essays, and I see that you all need a little bit of help on some of the things for your essay. So I wanted to give you some tips that I actually give my students when writing their essay. First, I want you all to just focus on the structure of your essay. To start off with, your essay should be 5 paragraphs. It should be an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. So for your introduction, you should start off with the hook. I like to teach my students to actually start off with a question. So the topic that you all had was, is a dog or a cat a better pet? So if I said that a dog was a better pet, I would say, do you think that a dog is a good pet to have? That's a way that you could start off with a question. After your hook, you would restate the topic, also giving your opinion. So you could say, well, I think that having a dog is better than having a cat as a pet. And after you restate the question, you also want to give your thesis statement. So you're restating the topic and having your thesis statement can go together. A thesis statement is listing 3 of your reasons. Your essay needs to have 3 reasons, 3 strong reasons that you can back up with evidence. So when you do your thesis statement, it's not listing as in 1, 2, 3, but it is listing with commas. So I could say, I'm going to make up some things for the thesis statement. So these are not like true. But if I said that I think that having a dog for a pet is better than having a cat because they are more energetic, they are more protective, and they are easier to feed. That is a thesis statement, also restating my topic as well. After your thesis statement, you're finished with your introduction paragraph. Then you may go on to your next paragraph. The next 3 paragraphs are going to be your body paragraphs. These should have 1 reason in each. So your first reason should match up with the first reason in your thesis statement. Your second reason, which would be your 3rd paragraph, should match up with your second reason in your thesis statement. And your 3rd reason, which is in your 4th paragraph, should match up with your 3rd reason in your thesis statement. So starting off, you are going to start with the transition word. Make sure you have a transition word. I know you all wrote down in your writing journal some transition words. First off, to begin with, second, secondly, third, last. These are just some transition words. You can use any that you like to use. You're going to start with a transition word, and then you're going to restate the topic and give your reason. So if I started off, I would say, first, or to begin with, I think that dogs make a better pet because they are more energetic. That's how I would start off my paragraph. I gave a transition word, I restated the topic, and I gave my reason. Next, you want to give evidence from the text. When you give evidence from the text, it needs to stay on topic and you need to use quotes. If you do not use quotes, it's like you're stealing someone else's words, which is called plagiarism, and you don't want to plagiarize. So use the quotes. That way the reader knows that you got the information from out of the text. So you're going to use your quotes and you're going to give evidence. Next, you're going to elaborate, meaning you're going to explain why this evidence from the text supports your reason and your opinion of why that dog is the better pet. When you elaborate, it's going to be your own words. It's not going to be words from the text. The only words from the text is going to be your evidence. So the next words need to be your own words. You're going to do this 3 times with each reason. So you go again and start off with your transition word, restating the topic, giving your next reason, then giving evidence, and going on to elaborating. Lastly, you need to have a conclusion. It is very, very important for you to have a conclusion in your essay. You actually get marked off if you do not have a conclusion. So make sure you have your conclusion. You're going to start off just like in your body paragraphs, and you are going to give a transition, and you are going to restate the topic. And so I'll say, in conclusion, I believe that a dog makes a better pet. And then after, you need to restate your thesis statement. So I'll say, I think that a dog is a better pet because this, and whatever. All three of my reasons again. And then I'm done with my conclusion. My conclusion can even be one sentence saying, in conclusion, I think that a dog makes a better pet because they are more energetic. I forgot my reasons. They're more energetic, they are protective, and they are easier to feed. And that is my whole conclusion right there. And then I'm done with my whole essay. So a couple things that I want you not to forget is, first off, when you make a new paragraph, you need to make sure you indent. So when you start your introduction, you need to indent before you actually start writing. Indenting means leaving a small space right before you start. So you can take your thumb and put it on the paper and leave that much of space before you start writing. That way your reader knows that it's a new paragraph. After you write your introduction and you go on to your next paragraph, you need to go to the next line and indent. That's the only way that someone's going to know that it's another paragraph. You can't just make it what I call is a big blob. It's not going to just be a big blob. It needs to be 5 paragraphs for someone to be able to see that. You also need to make sure you use transition words for your second, third, fourth, and fifth paragraphs. They all need to have transition words. You also need to make sure that you use quotes when you're citing evidence from the text. Remember, I said if you don't use the quotes, it's like you stealing someone else's words. If you copy down their words, you need to use quotes. And lastly, you need to make sure that you have 3 reasons. And as I said too, you need to make sure you have 3 strong reasons. But right now, we're just worried about the structure. So you're going to redo your essays, and I want you to focus on using this structure. I know that you all wrote down some notes in your writing journal explaining how your structure should be, so you can use your writing journal as you actually do the essay over again. And I will look at them again, and hopefully you all improve by using this structure. If you use this structure and you remember this structure, it's actually really easy and straight to the point. You don't have to give any more than what's in the structure. And please don't give me any less either. But this is an easy way to go. Make sure you have those 5 paragraphs. Make sure you follow the structure. And then later on, after we get the structure down pat, then we will go into making sure you have strong details and strong evidence and elaboration. So that's going to be it for this video. And hopefully I see much improvement when I see your essays after this go around. And then, like I said, we will work on the strength of your essays. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.